At the beginning of the season, many fans, analysts, experts alike thought the Montreal Canadiens could win the North Division and become the Kings of the North this season. But instead, it's looking more like they're going to finish fourth, maybe even fifth, and miss the playoffs and become Kings of the Loser Points. 9 after regulation games, 9 games between overtimes and shootouts. They've lost every single one of them. They've lost 6 overtimes. They've lost 3 shootouts. They have 0 wins after regulation. It's good to see the Habs show heart in the end of games and come back late in the end of games. They've done it against Vancouver now. They've done it against Winnipeg in the past 2 games. They've found a way to get to overtime. But this is a team that should at least find a way to get a point or 2 out of those extra games. 9 overtime/shootouts, 6 overtimes and 3 shootouts, and you get 1 point in every single one of those games. You can't win 1. You can't find a way to pull out 1 or 2 wins. These points are killing them. Calgary and Vancouver are hot. They're right up the Montreal Canadiens' ass in this division. The Canucks have won 8 of their last 10. Yes, they are only 1 point behind the Montreal Canadiens. The Habs have 4 games in hand, but if they keep losing these games and only picking up a point in overtime, and the Canucks keep winning in regulation, in no time the Canucks will be right there with the Montreal Canadiens, and the Habs won't have those games in hand the way it's going. The Calgary Flames have won 3 out of 4 under Darryl Sutter since he's become the coach. They're coming on strong. They're only 2 points back. Montreal only has a game in hand on them. The lead that the Montreal Canadiens had after 15 games to start the season was much better than this, and slowly but surely, both of those teams have chipped away at it, and the Montreal Canadiens have found ways to lose. Now, this team is pretty good. They have Tyler Toffoli, who has 27 points in 30 games. They have Jeff Petrie, who as a defenseman has 27 points in 30 games. Josh Anderson, Nick Suzuki has been playing well. Jesperi Kotkaniemi has been coming on strong. Carey Price has found his game, but they still can't find ways to win in regulation. They just can't find ways to get those 2 points. Now, if this is the way the season is going to go and the Habs scrape in, it's not going to look good for them in the playoffs. Because unfortunately in the playoffs, in overtime, it's not going to be 3-on-3. Yes, Montreal might be better 5-on-5. But if they don't win in overtime, it doesn't go to a shootout. It goes to another overtime. And the Montreal Canadiens have shown that in overtime, they just cannot win. They just lack the heart to win. They just find a way to lose. And it's really looking like the Montreal Canadiens are going to become Kings of the Loser Points and not Kings of the North. But there is a way they can turn this around. They're only 6 points behind the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Habs could go on a winning streak like they did in the beginning of the season. They could rattle off 8 of their next 10 like Vancouver has done. Carey Price has been playing well. Jeff Petrie, Tyler Toffoli, Josh Anderson, Jonathan Drouin, all these players have been playing well. If the Montreal Canadiens can find ways to win in overtime, find ways to even avoid going to overtime and win in regulation, get a bit of a streak going, they can put themselves in a good spot. So there's definitely hope. The Montreal Canadiens can find ways to win. They can go on a run. They're not guaranteed to fall out of a spot. They're not guaranteed to let Vancouver and Calgary catch them. They could go on a strong streak. Their next 4 games are against the Ottawa Senators besides the Vancouver game tonight. So let's hope the Montreal Canadiens can rattle off this win against Vancouver tonight. Maybe win 3 out of 4 against Ottawa. If they're really lucky, win all 4. Because even though Ottawa has played good against Montreal this season, overall Ottawa isn't a strong team. They have goaltending issues, and the Habs need to find ways to win these games. So we'll see over the next 5 games how it will go, and if they can change the narrative. If they have a chance at becoming Kings of the North, or will they stay Kings of the Loser Points? Let me know what you guys think. Let me know where you guys think Montreal will finish. And of course, have a great day wherever you're to, folks. This is S2H, over and out. Go Habs, go, baby. Woo!